We can now bring in Shaina Low in East Jerusalem. She's a communication advisor at the Norwegian Refugee Council. Good to have you with us here on France 24 today. Now, a third aid convoy has entered into Gaza. A third aid convoy in the span of 3 days. Is this a good sign?
Yes, it is a good sign. We need aid to be coming in continuously, and we need the amount of aid to be scaled up considerably. The UN has said that there needs to be at least 100 trucks per day. Over the first 2 days, there were under 40 trucks total that made it through. We need to scale that up considerably.
The aid for now does not include fuel. This is a problem when it comes to hospitals because doctors won't be able to conduct surgeries once the fuel runs out. How worrying is this?
It's extremely worrying that fuel hasn't been permitted in. Fuel isn't just essential for the hospitals, but it's essential for basically all parts of daily life now in Gaza since Israel cut the electricity more than 10 days ago. People need fuel for bakeries to run and to bake bread, for the one mill in Gaza to create flour for that bread. And generators are needed, and the fuel is needed for generators in order to pump water to people so it's accessible. So really all parts of life, not just surgeries and hospitals, but food, water, and being able for people to even just charge their phones and stay connected to one another. Fuel is essential.
Fuel is essential. I want to ask you about your agency. How many workers do you have on the ground in Gaza?
We have a staff of 54 Palestinian workers in Gaza. Most of them have fled from the north down to southern Gaza, hoping that they would have some degree of safety. What they found instead is ongoing bombardments and airstrikes. Last week, one of our colleagues lost her only child, a young boy, in an airstrike in Rafah. And just this morning, my colleague Yusuf let me know that his 1-year-old nephew had been killed in an airstrike in Rafah as well. Palestinians throughout Gaza, whether in the north or the south, are facing ongoing bombardments, and it needs to stop. We're not able, and the humanitarian sector is not able to function so long as there's ongoing airstrikes and humanitarians are at risk of being hurt or killed while trying to deliver aid to those in need.
You mentioned that your colleagues have moved to the south, but it seems that the greatest needs are in the north of Gaza. Is aid reaching the north?
No aid has been sent to the north. My understanding is that it's both because of the challenges in being able to move there, and also I believe that Israel has told them not to send aid to the north. This is extremely dire situation there. We have one colleague who told us yesterday it took him an entire day just to track down some bread and a gallon of water to feed his family. The people in the north are cut off from each other, cut off from the rest of Gaza, and they are in the most dire situation in terms of needing food and water.
What would you like to see happen in the coming days in terms of a ceasefire to get this humanitarian aid to reach those in need?
Yeah, there absolutely needs to be a ceasefire. International leaders need to continue calling for it and need to put pressure on all parties to agree to a ceasefire so that humanitarian workers can get out and do what we're meant to do, which is provide assistance to those in need.
Shaina Low, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on the program today.
Thank you.